Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Asif Ali Sayed from the Department of Business Administration, AMU Aligarh. Today, we shall be discussing about the module E-commerce and Digital Entrepreneurship of the paper Skill Development and Social Entrepreneurship. By the end of this module, students will be able to understand the concept and relevance of e-commerce and digital entrepreneurship and get familiar with the dimensions of types of digital skills requisite for the digital economy. Introduction to Digital Entrepreneurship, E-commerce and Digital Business. E-commerce and digital business entrepreneurship stems from the ever-enterprising, passionate spirit of digital entrepreneurs, the cogent business planning that combines the best of old economy thinking with the imaginative vision of the new economy assures the challenge and potentials of e-business ventures. The stark reality of low barriers of entry, inevitably potent, ferocious competition and high failure rates among e-business startups, a sane perspective on the projected profitability of most prominent e-business contenders. In the past electronic environment ecosystem, the roadmap for digital entrepreneurship comprises a fascinating story that is both attractive and cautionary. In present times, the marketplace is governed by decision making by factors of speed, price, quality, availability, and service. The constantly evolving e-business dominance in consumer and business-to-business commerce, coupled with new technology, revolutionary ways to manage and measure knowledge itself, is the proof of market dynamism and durability of e-commerce, a fertile landscape for digital entrepreneurship. E-commerce environment for digital India. Google has just launched a new initiative egging people on to take action and join together to keep the internet free and open, even as some governments try to increase censorship and regulate the internet. The rise of social media has on one hand energized a floodgate of environmental equations, considering research and insights where months were required to draw inferences from gathered data. Today we can achieve the same in real time through the river of data, content and news available to analysts. Motivations may vary from bona fide to absolutely malicious. It is a new world, a world where everyone has the ability to influence opinions, a world where everyone has the ability to influence purchase, a world where distances are down to zero, a world where voice has speed greater than light, a world that pushes away any attempt to regulate it except through mechanisms of self-regulation. The world that is today is a world shaped by social media and the free flow of conversations that the phenomena enables and endorses. Juxtaposing this fast-paced change on business, marketing, communication, research and content, however, is not seamless. There are no clean-cut transitions in the real world, no start points, no finish lines. Technology changes far more rapidly than human behavior, so adoption takes longer. Now add to that the complexities of organizations, their businesses, processes, people, culture, relationships and multiple stakeholders. And it is not difficult to imagine the complexities of adapting to this change in the context of business. One of the questions practitioners and buyers, that is marketeers, reputation managers and brand owners are today confronted with is how to best measure this medium. While traditional measures may not apply, the obsession with vanity metrics like the likes, number of fans, thumbs up, etc. leans towards the business analytics. We now can instead measure impact on brand health, marketing success, revenues and customer service. These are proposed to be measured via 4 distinct metrics: conversion rate, amplification rate, applause rate and economic value. The internet and its emerging phase, social media, have altered the dimensions and definitions of news, throwing up to the surface questions that have always lurked in the background on ethics and politics of news judgment, on substance and style, on opinions and facts, and to this we may add that the very financial sustenance of news is being called into question. Advertising, which quietly but controversially supported news for the better part of the 20th century, is itself facing a tumultuous shift in the age of the internet, much more than it did in the television era. In the early stages of the internet, news was about surfing the websites of established media organizations. In large parts, it still is. In the second round, we saw the rise of vertical websites that spotted the opportunity to address specific industrial communities such as exchangeformedia.com and agencyfacts.com in India that address the advertising and marketing community, or global site like satellitestoday.com that caters to satellite manufacture and launch community. The economics of attention, social media and e-commerce potential. Web 2.0 has radically broadened our perception of the online universe. With the advent of social media giants like YouTube in 2005, Facebook in 2005 and Twitter in 2007, millions of people all over the world have gained the ability to connect like never before, and more importantly, create and share contents of their own without much effort and in a timely manner. Massive participation in these social networks is reflected in the countless number of videos, comments, news, and status updates that are constantly posted and discussed in social sites such as Facebook, Dig, and Twitter. The effect of this proliferation is evident from the number that these websites boast of, as well as the global demographics that engage these services on a daily basis. We are in what is known as the information age, defined as a period that will be characterized by the ability of individuals to transfer information freely and to have instant access to information that would have been difficult or impossible to find previously. Thus, the widespread generation and consumption of content that created an extremely competitive online environment where different types of content vie with each other for the scarce attention of the user community. In spite of the seemingly chaotic fashion with which all these interactions take place, certain topics manage to attract an inordinate amount of attention, thus bubbling to the top in terms of popularity. Through their visibility, these popular topics contribute to the collective awareness of what is trending and at times can also affect the public agenda of the community. Social media platforms and digital businesses. An additional advantage that social media provides for advertisers and businesses is the availability of user profile information. Users of social media services like Facebook usually provide demographic information as well as information regarding their preferences. This makes the task of advertising in this medium far easier on advertising on search. On search, the only real information available is query keywords and navigational content over the time, whereas Facebook, one can find the user's location, gender, their sexual orientation, their likes, dislikes, and who their friends are. Viral marketing is a popular brand of marketing designed for online use. The idea is to target certain individuals in a network with promotional campaigns and let them propagate the messages through their network. Facebook. Facebook was founded in 2006. Facebook has become the most popular social networking website. Although not for the first online social network, Facebook has transformed the value of social media websites through the sheer volume of users it has attracted. Starting with 50 million users in October 2007, they have grown to a staggering 1 billion users as of September 2012. Despite the fact that it has been completely blocked in China, the user base is also geographically diverse, featuring users from more than 200 countries. Although the US is number one with 167 million users. In terms of users, it is interesting that over 83% of the user base is outside the US. India is ranked third in terms of the total number of users with 59 million users, which is almost the entire internet population in India. Facebook provides three main features for the companies. Fan pages. Facebook allows businesses to create pages called fan pages. Users can then subscribe and become fans of a particular company. While promoted post is all about companies, they can pay for particular posts to be promoted across more people. Such posts are made visible at the top of the news feed for the users who have subscribed to the company. While advertising by Facebook, as previously mentioned, is choosing people for particular ads is much easier on Facebook, since the companies can get access to the demographic information about the users. It is reported that 75% of the Fortune 100 companies are on Facebook. However, apart from these companies, Facebook is also beneficial for small businesses as it allows them to reach their target audiences with a personal approach. In India, the top brands are as follows: Rank, Brand and Fans. Tata Docomo has 94,22,949 fans. Kingfisher has 47,12,609 fans, while Vodafone Zuzus has 45,21,494 fans. Fast Track has 44,79,947 fans, while Nokia India has 44,77,816 fans. But this is an old data. Twitter. Twitter is extremely popular online microblogging service which has gained a very large user base consisting of more than 500 million users. However, the number of active users is far lower, estimated to be around 140 million active users. Each user submits periodic status updates known as tweets, which consists of short messages limited to a size of 140 characters. These updates typically consist of personal information about the users, news or links to content such as images, videos and articles. The posts made by a user are automatically displayed on the user's profile page as well as shown to his followers. Twitter provides the following for business. Profile page. Businesses can create profile pages of their own and get people to follow them. They can then interact with the customers by posting updates of products and services and other types of content. Promoted tweets. This makes certain posts more visible in search results and for particular users. Twitter also provides geographic targeting to increase relevance of messages based on location. Promoted accounts. This is relevant for viral marketing. Promoted accounts are users who have been identified as potential influencers for companies to use to spread their messages effectively. Promoted trends. Promoted trends place contents among the hottest topic on Twitter, thereby amplifying their exposure. YouTube. YouTube began in 2005 as a crowdsourced video uploading services. In 2006, it was acquired by Google. It has retained its popularity over the years with 800 million unique users visiting every month. It contains enormous amount of video content as well as comments. It is estimated that 72 hours of video are uploaded every minute and 4 billion hours are watched every month. It has a global reach similar to that of the other two services, with 70% of the traffic coming from outside the US. Users watch and rate videos through likes or comments. Digital economics and the e-commerce strategies. Contemporary information technologies are facilitating rapid digitalization, storage and transfer of products and service offerings. This is creating a set of economic conditions different from those characterized by physical products. It has been observed that increased commoditization of products through IT information technology gives the buyers considerable advantage in comparing and competing. However, suppliers need to compete not only on overall quality but also on information age strategies that can prevent them from falling into a competitive trap where they cannot recover their costs. There are four such strategies through which today's information technologies allow suppliers to take ideas of differentiation much further. First is versioning, creating of multiple versions of the same information product so that buyers cannot compare. Confounding, making it difficult for buyers to directly compare alternative information products. Networking, fostering a large number of customer base in which the product's values grow with base size. And fourth is pricing, not relying on fixed pricing, but these strategies often give rise to paradoxes from the buyer's perspectives. Information technology capitalization can be and more effective in creating an edge in e-business environment. Business to business exchange business model. The new economy presents extraordinary opportunities for growth and profit of electronic management of business to business relationships. Therefore, many B2B exchanges failed in the last few years and only a few survive. This was examined by the business model of active e-marketplace to identify the features that foster competitiveness and superior performance at some B2B exchanges. Alternatively, business models are described through a cluster analysis and are represented by three dimensions: content, structure and governance. In each of these three layers, it is expected that marketplace exhibits distinguishing features which discriminate between more and less successful initiatives. The evolution path of B2B electronic marketplace suggests the emergence of two big trends: neutral, pure intermediaries and private captive operators. The environmental analysis confirms the success of sponsored marketplace compared to neutral hubs. According to the three layers characterizing competitive business models in the B2B scenario, the data show higher performance of industry sponsored exchanges ISEs in terms of turnovers over time. Private large exchanges seem to leverage on a more stable governance structure, since their main target firms are also their relevant shareholders. On the other hand, neutral niche operators exhibit a more fragile financial structure, which is largely based on funds by venture capitalists and the management itself. Resource-based assessment of information technology infrastructure and e-commerce capability. Complementarity represents an enhancement of resource value and arises when a resource produces greater returns in the presence of another resource than by itself. For example, the integration of e-commerce capability and information technology infrastructure could improve connectivity and responsiveness of firm. Information technology leads to greater efficiency and lower costs. E-commerce is modeled as a type of technological resource that, combined with the firm's existing IT infrastructure, is assumed to have certain relationships or to firm's performance corresponding to the cycle and the concept of order life cycle. E-commerce capability is conceptualized as a multi-dimensional construct representing an integrative measure of the level of capability along the four dimensions: information, transaction, customization and back-end integration. Of these, e-commerce capability and infrastructure exhibit positive relationships to firm performance measures. Also, e-commerce capability and information technology infrastructure are not simply additive, mutually enhancing synergies also synergize the existence between legacy IT system and internet-based e-commerce capabilities. Rather, when integrated together, they produce an embedded performance enhancing resource bundle, thus suggesting digital entrepreneurs that resource complementarity as a feasible path to e-commerce value. Companies need to enhance the integration between front-end e-commerce capability and back-end IT infrastructure in order to reap the benefits of e-commerce investments. Competitive advantage of Indian information technology industry. Indian information technology or IT industry changed the economic landscape of India over the last quarter of century. The industry made phenomenal multi-fold contribution to the economy. The IT and IT-enabled services, that is ITES, constituted to 8% of India's gross domestic product in 2013 and provided direct employment to about 3 million people and indirect employment to around 9 million people. Conclusion: e-commerce and digital business entrepreneurship stems from the ever-enterprising passionate spirit of digital entrepreneurs. In space of 2 decades, information and communication technology have revolutionized the way we work, reshaped countless industries, and forever changed the way we inform, educate, and entertain ourselves. The Internet's most vital contribution to modern prosperity is arguably its role in marketing small and medium-sized businesses with potent contributors to economic growth and job creation. The rise of social media has on one hand energized a floodgate of environmental equations and created a tsunami of business opportunities. E-commerce, India, and the Indian landscape for digital entrepreneurs. Put simply, modern communication technologies and the cutting-edge business practices they engender are now a part and parcel of what it takes to run highly dynamic and productive enterprises. Enterprises that are more competitive, more agile, and capable of exporting their products and services across borders than anything the world has previously witnessed. The information revolution dawning of the new digital India. Thank you.